Good morning. Well, it depends on where you're at. I guess it's almost noon here, but it's Monday, the 23rd of October, and I didn't plan on making this video. In fact, didn't even get cleaned up for this, but there's been something that's been on my mind all weekend, and I just grabbed my coffee cup, got home from the gym, thought I'm gonna jump on here and crank this video out. I just needed to communicate something to my YouTube family. One thing, everybody who subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. It just kind of shows me that you care, and it kind of makes me want to create more content. But the content I want to bring to you today has been something that's just been eaten at me, and it's about different platforms that either A, I've been involved in, or B, we're very close to being involved in. And I'm starting to see this pattern. And I know that a lot of other influencers, YouTubers, they always talk about the different platforms. And I just wanted to bring this to you to give you some thought and just kind of let you know that I think I'm going to be changing directions a little bit here. But I guess before we dive into it, just very briefly here, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. No one else is. I'm just documenting my journey, what I do, what I learn, and I primarily use this channel to bring you updates. As I learn something that's changing and developing, I want to bring you those updates to keep you informed so you don't have to waste time searching all over the internet. So I guess let's dive into what's been on my mind. About a year ago, I started in this space of crypto platforms. The wild, wild west. We always say only use money that you can afford to lose. Risk money. And that's what I tell everyone. If I'm bringing you a platform that I am going to try out, that I am going to get involved in, and you choose to, that's on you. That's why every video I always say, I'm not your financial advisor. Only use money that you can lose, because it has to be your decision. You have to do your own due diligence. You have to do your own research. I can bring you information. I can introduce the platforms to you, just as people have introduced them to me. And it's up to me to do my own due diligence and only use money that I can afford to lose. And I'm okay with that. But I guess after a year, it's getting very difficult to become involved in these platforms. Not that, the money I lose is breaking me. No, it's not. I guess the part that's eating at me is if it's me, or if it's someone else that's bringing you these platforms, these videos through YouTube or any other means, Zoom calls or what have you. And they're pumping these platforms or promoting these platforms, and people choose to get involved. And some people, I'm sorry to say this, some people are not smart about their money. I've heard of people putting tens of thousands of dollars into these, going out and getting loans, getting second mortgages. That's not smart. But I guess my point that's eating at me is if people are bringing these platforms and it's drawing others in, and they're dumping a buttload of cash into these platforms, and these platforms are disappearing and running off of the money, I'm having a hard time sorting this out myself. Bringing platforms, even though I say you've got to do your own due diligence, and then having these platforms leave, and now people who've signed up underneath me, they're out money. So I'm really struggling with that. And I don't know if I can continue with that. So I'm going to touch on probably 6 platforms. If you hear paper rattle or you see me looking down, I got my notes. I can't do this without notes. There's too much that has been happening. So about a year ago, I learned of a project called Stable Fund. They did very regular, I guess, AMAs, I'm going to call them. Ask me anything type calls. We never saw the person. We heard the individual. In fact, there's 2. And I put some money into that. And soon after I did that, all of a sudden there was a freeze on payments. They said that there were some issues that was taking place in processing the payments. They wanted to change the platform. They wanted to tighten stuff up. They gave incentives if everybody went to version 2, I think it was, or 3, I can't remember what version it was. And they said, we'll give you extra money. And I stuck with it, and a lot of other people did too. And some people were able to get their money out when they kind of changed the platform. But very quickly, they stopped paying, and now they're gone. Rug pull, they're gone. Then I learned of NovaTech. I did my due diligence. I looked at it, and I thought, wow, they're going on 4 years. I think when I got involved, they were at 3.5 year period. I should have changed things the way I did business. I put some money in, not a huge amount, but okay, to some people it would be a great amount of money. And I should have taken weekly withdrawals out. until I recouped my money. But I was new to this space. I kept rolling it back in, thinking when I double my money, then I'm going to take it out. I shouldn't have done that. Because when I started to get to that point where my money was getting close to doubled, all of a sudden there was a slow payment. The court orders, the cease and desist orders started to come out. Then they stopped paying, and the site's still there, but now I guess I could say they're gone. Have I kind of washed that money, cut my losses? Pretty much. It'd be nice if something would happen and they would come back and give us at least our initial investment, but I'm not holding my breath. I did bring you a video. You can watch the last video back, and it's about a court hearing out of Canada. They called it like hearing number 1. There's going to be a second one that's going to come out in November, and I'm going to bring that to you. I'm going to attend to that hearing, and I will bring all the details to you, what transpires out of that. So if you have not done so and you found this video, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, stick with me. I'm going to bring you the November court hearing. When it happens, I believe it's the 3rd week of November, and I'll try to bring you all that information and updates. But now my point is, there goes platform number 2. Then I learned of 2 others. So I guess then it went to Vortic United. And I did some research on Vortic United, started following, and I thought, okay, Robles, I'm looking at my notes off to the side. Jansen Robles was the CEO, owner, what have you. Very transparent. In fact, there was individuals that have traveled from the United States over to Istanbul and spent time with them, saw what they did, met him, sat down. In fact, one individual says, I wanted to verify that he was real, and I looked at his passport. Okay, and I had someone else in recent conversation say, well, they could falsify the passport. It could be fake. Well, soon after that happened, then Jansen Robles came to the United States and had a weekend gathering out in Las Vegas. Well, I guess people can make pretty good fake passports, but nowadays with technology, if that passport was fake, how would he have traveled into the United States? You would think they would catch that. Okay, maybe it was fake. I don't know. But my point is, he was very transparent. People were going over and above to verify what Vortic United was about. So I decided I put a little bit of money in. I started bringing some videos documenting my journey, and I had some people sign up underneath me. Well, soon thereafter, all of a sudden the payments started to slow. I'm going to pick up my paper here so I can look at my notes so I get this right. The payments started to slow. They said that they wanted to go from a manual payment system to a fully auto payment system. So the site never went down. In fact, even to this date, the site has never gone down. But they said in the back end, they were going to be doing some rework, and they were bringing us updates. In fact, they still are. They stopped payments because they said that they wanted to redo the site. They wanted to rebrand. And every time they came out with an update, it seemed like they were adding a week, adding 2 weeks. One of the most recent updates was that there were some issues in the calculations of payments where something went wild on trades. I thought they said some trades spiraled out of control, but yet at the same time they were bringing us weekly posts on the site that they had more positive trades than negative trades. So that was kind of a red flag there. They said they wanted to rebrand the site, which recently we did see where they did some name change, some rebranding. Maybe not so much a name change, just kind of a rebrand. But now they're saying that they want to redo everything, and they're going to roll out new platform, but it's going to be about 6 months out. Okay, if you have positive trades and the money is there, why don't you pay us while you're redoing the site and then go down for a week and integrate the new site over the old site? Doesn't make sense to me. So in the meantime, we have no physical appearances of Jansen Robles. The only thing that we have is an occasional post in the Telegram group. The site is still up. The site is still running. The calculations on your commission earnings are still being posted. But I guess when it comes down to it, Bottom line, that could just be automated black and white numbers that are cranking out with no dollars back in it. I don't know. So we don't know what's going on with that. In the early days of being involved with Vortic United, I took a little bit of the earnings from that and I put into a program that originally came out called Crypto Program. I want to get into this on another video, so stay tuned. I want to really dive into this because that really irked me. Gentleman, my cat's run around down here. Gentleman who was supposed to be the lead promoter or what have you in one of his earlier videos really made it sound like it was his project. In fact, I believe this gentleman, I'll get into another video, not right now, I want to get the sound clip, stated that if anything were to go wrong, that he's going to do everything he can to get our money refunded back to us. I haven't seen a penny. So I put money into this crypto program, and soon thereafter, maybe I'm coming into these way too late, I don't know. But soon thereafter, they had issues with the payments. Then they started getting some court orders, some cease and desist orders. And right about the exact week, it seemed like they started getting these court orders, they shut the site down and they did a name change from Crypto Program to AMSYS, A-M-S-Y-S. And all of a sudden, the site went private. You could go to it, but you're not going to see anything but a gray page with a login box. Whereas before you could look at the site, you could see everything. Mysteriously, after these court orders, it went private. Then they started saying that there was some issues. There were people that was getting double payments, some miscalculations, and they had to freeze everything to sort it all out and to manually go in there and recalculate everything. And they said that the site would reopen, but the date that they gave was about 6 months out. Starting to see correlation here. There's been absolutely no communication about this, and as far as I'm concerned, they're gone. I was going to take some earnings from Vortic United, and I was going to put some in BitSports. BitSports AI. It's supposed to be a sports betting arbitrage. An individual that I know traveled to meet the CEO, but now, apparently this last week, and I don't have all the details, maybe they're going to come around. But apparently, word is this last week or so, they were hacked, and how is that going to affect the platform, the payments? Are they going to be gone too? I don't know. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to watch this. I want to bring you updates. Then there was another one that I wanted to get involved with, some profits from Vortic. I wasn't going to use money from my pocket. I was going to start to use profits, roll from one platform into another, called Vecbur, out of London. Vecbur out of London, UK. Vecbur Guild. Word is apparently this last week that there's payment issues. Why is it that all these platforms, even though there's practically millions of dollars going into these things, it all starts with, we got some payment issues. The payments start to slow. Then they say that there's miscalculations. Maybe people are double dipping. And then they want to do a rebrand. The next thing you know, they say it's 6 months out before we reopen. Family, that's what's been on my mind. I'm struggling. How can I continue to be involved in these platforms when we're seeing this? Gentlemen, I saw did a video the other day say we're not supposed to marry these programs. We're not supposed to marry these platforms. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have the time of day to sit on my computer all day long and look for the newest one and hope that it's going to stick around for at least 6 months so I can at least double my money and get it out. Hope it doesn't run. In the meantime, how could I continue to bring you new platforms when we darn well know it's a matter of time before they're gone? How can I continue to bring people and introduce people to these platforms only to have them maybe foolishly dump tens of thousands of dollars in, only to have that platform say, we're having payment issues, miscalculation, trades went bad, gonna have to rebrand, it's gonna be 6 months, and then we never hear from them and they're gone and our money's gone. You understand where I'm coming from? So we're gonna do some soul searching. I'm not gonna close this channel down. When you go to my channel, you're going to see, most likely, an upcoming new playlist. I'm going to keep the same channel. Maybe this is right, maybe this is wrong. I don't know. I'm always looking for ways of, passive income, just even if it's a few dollars. So you might see another playlist under the same channel. One would be crypto, try to bring you updates and what's going on with these projects, and another playlist you can, as you get these, you can choose to watch both. You can choose to watch neither. I hope you don't choose to watch neither. I hope you stick with me, because this other one, this idea that I have, it's going to be from a online shopping platform that the world loves, and I want to bring you good information. We'll see how that unfolds. I just want to give you a little warning if you start seeing another playlist or weird videos popping up. But sorry for this ramble. Sorry for, maybe not being so pie in the sky excited, but I'm starting to do some soul searching and see what direction this is going to take me in this world of crypto. But in the meantime, I am going to do my best to bring you updates. It's only right. You decided to click that subscribe button and join this family, and it's only right for me to bring you these updates. It may not be the information that we all want to hear, but sometimes we gotta address, the uncomfortable, and see where it takes us. If it means this channel kind of goes a direction of exposing scams, then I can live with myself. If you decide not to stick with me, that's your choice. But I don't want to bring you information, draw you in. I don't want to hype anything up, only to have the rug pulled out from underneath us and we lose our money. So stick with me. Give me your thoughts. Put something down in the comments. Let me know. Next time I bring a video, I'll be a little cleaner, shaved here, dress up a little bit better for you. But have yourself a great week, everyone. Stick with me. We'll get through this as a family.